Hello and welcome to another Easy Bit vlog, bit of a special one this. In the last vlog I mentioned that we were taking some footage from the film to the Fertility Festival, Fertility Fest 2018, and we did that, we did a Q&A, we did a session for men, and it was really good, and we were blown away by the response we got to the film that we showed, and yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. And after that, we were approached by Jessica Hepburn, who runs Fertility Fest, to come and present the same footage at Fertility Fest at ESHRE. So that's what we're doing today. It means a little day trip to Barcelona, and I'll explain a bit more about what ESHRE is and why we're going there when we get there. When we get there and there's no noise in the background. Right, so here we are in Barcelona, and the reason we've come here is it's the annual meeting for ESHRE, which is the European Society for Human Reproduction and Embryology. There is a massive conference going on, like 11,000 delegates, and this is the first year that they've ever included any kind of arts within this festival that's mainly clinically driven. And Jessica Hepburn from Fertility Fest has joined up with them to bring some of Fertility Fest here, which includes the Easy Bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to show the film that we showed at Fertility Fest, so it's about 13 minutes worth of footage, and then do a Q&A for about 45 minutes after that. I'm really excited because we're showing lots of clinicians, so it's going to be really interesting to get their perspective on what they see. Hopefully we can get some interesting feedback on the footage that we show. And there's loads of other cool art installations here which I shall show you now. The art at ESHRE display was really incredible. There were 4 pieces of art, including the Easy Bit, that dealt with infertility, miscarriage, childlessness, and I was so moved and emotional walking around and looking at these beautiful works of art. I was not expecting to be impacted so much by what I saw. There's not enough time to go into all of the details, so I'll put links in the description below of all of the artists and their works, and you can browse to your heart's content. But it was Jessica really pulled together something special, and it was an honour to be a part of it, and it was really inspiring for me right before I got up to give my talk. Hi, my name is Tom Webb, and I am the director of the Easy Bit, which is going to be a feature-length documentary about what it's like for men to go through fertility treatment. We filmed interviews with 6 men, and they talk about the process of fertility treatment and what it was like for them to go through from the very beginning of not even having thought about whether their fertility was a question, to questioning it and going to their doctors, all the way through to them and their partners taking pregnancy tests.
The room that I was shown into to give my sample was a dimly lit room off a corridor with no windows. A wash basin, a hatch and a sofa, and not much else really. It was very clinical. It was very like, just do what you need to do and get over it.
You feel great emotion and empathy and compassion for the guys that are going through this, because we always sort of relate to the female side, and you sort of think, well, the men, that they're going to be fine, but you realize this is so difficult for the men, and that maybe we even have to change the process of how we do this.
Right, after a rather crazy dash, we are back at the airport, and that Q&A session was fantastic. It was it was eye-opening for me to hear clinicians' feedback about what they thought, and I think it was eye-opening for them to see what men really feel. It was very clear that they underestimate what men go through, and having seen what they saw today, a lot of them were very keen to start change. And they were asking me things like, what can we do? What can we do to make our clinics better for men? What can we do to make them feel more included in the process? And that was one of the main things I wanted to do this documentary for, was to start that conversation and hope that eventually down the line things will improve for men as they go through fertility treatment. So it was really affirming for me and for this project. And I was really happy with how it went. I'm really pleased with the response that the film got. I was quite surprised, I thought, these people are clinicians, they deal with this day in, day out, and I thought they would have a very clinical and logical and educated response to the film. But what I saw were people on the verge of tears and having a very empathetic and emotional response, which was just amazing to see. So thank you to Jessica and Tracy at Fertility Fest for bringing me out for this, because it was absolutely brilliant and wonderful for me to see how it's playing to clinicians and how this is hopefully going to make a real impact when we get the film finished. So yeah, that's it for today, I think. Just need to get home.